let me get this right. First, you have this team stealing a safe full of money. Then they have a tank. They have to fight off against a tank. Then they hijack a plane at the end of Fast 6. Then they're driving from building to building in Furious 7. And this one you have a submarine. Well, let's jump into it.
Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, it's me, Josh, aka Future Filmmaker 394 here again, and I'm here to talk about the newest entry in the Fast and Furious franchise, The Fate of the Furious. So, The Fate of the Furious is the 8th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. It is directed by F. Gary Gray. It stars pretty much everyone: Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Ludacris, Tyrese, Nathalie Emmanuel, and Jason Statham, and also some new appearances by Scott Eastwood, Charlize, Theron, and Helen, Mirren. And this is the sequel to Furious 7. Now, if you guys are familiar with my channel, I have already reviewed all the previous Fast and Furious movies. But in case you don't, those people who don't know, I will give you my quick thoughts. Fast Furious 1, I like. Too Fast Furious, I like. Fast Furious Tokyo Drift, I like. Fast Furious 4, I hate with a passion. Fast 5, I love. Fast 6, I love. Furious 7, still my favorite to this day. Really enjoyed the heck out of this movie. So I was pleasantly excited to see what they were going to do. How could they continue this franchise without one of its main stars? Because we all know, Paul Walker died during production of Furious 7. So I was kind of excited, but also a little mixed on this movie, because I felt like Furious 7 should have been the last one in the series, but I still pretty much enjoyed watching this movie, and I still pretty much like the film. But before I get into my thoughts on the movie, I have to say that when I saw trailers for this movie, I was excited, but I was a little mixed, and I have a reaction for one of my breakdown reviews to prove it to you. After seeing this trailer, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I honestly don't. So that was a pretty big reaction when I talked about the trailer last year. But then I watched the other trailer once, and then after that I stay away from it. And so I just stay away from the rest of the trailers. But I have to say that my reaction was pretty positive towards this movie. So the basic story of Furious 7 is Dom and Letty are married, and as you know, Brian and Mia, they are retired, and the rest of the crew are exonerated, separated. And so the Globetrotting team has found some semblance of a normal life. But you meet this mysterious woman named Cypher, and they face an unexpected challenge when she forces Dom to betray them all, and now they must unite together to bring home the man who made them a family, stop Cypher from unleashing chaos. But they can't do that without the help of a certain character from the last movie, who goes by the name of Jason. His character goes by the name of Deckard Shaw. So, and a whole lot of action. Now, that's basically the plot of the film. Now, what I think of Fate of the Furious is, you know what? I'm gonna say it. As unnecessary as this kind of was, I will say this. I really enjoy this movie. Is it better than Furious 7? No, but as a Fast and Furious fan, this is my new third favorite when in this franchise. And I think F. Gary Gray, he came in and did a good job with it. F. Gary Gray is a good director. I love The Negotiator. I love Set It Off. I love Friday. I even like Straight Outta Compton. So I was curious to see how he was, how was he going to do something interesting in the franchise, and I like the story. I think the story of Dom turning his back on family is a really good story. I like that, and I really enjoyed that. That's really interesting. I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought it was just really nice and just intriguing to see Dom go against his family like this, and I thought that was a pretty interesting premise. So, of course, I was into it. There were a lot of fans who were not very enthusiastic on Dom turning against his family, but I was going along with that because it was something different, and it was something different out of the character of Dominic Toretto, because he's mainly the guy who talks about family, and family is important. So I did like that. Now that I got my thoughts on the story out the way, I'm going to talk about the cast. The cast in this movie is really good. I love Vin Diesel in this movie as Dominic Toretto. I do understand what he's going through. He doesn't want to turn against his family, but he's being forced to do it, brainwashed to do it against his will. Well, and Vin Diesel was really great. He shows a lot of emotion in this movie, and he brought his A game. I love Vin Diesel as an actor. I love him as this character. I love the Triple X movies. Those movies are cool, are freaking cool. I love the Riddick films. Of course, Riddick is also really awesome. And I also really enjoyed The Last Witch Hunter. I thought The Last Witch Hunter was also really good. And I thought his performance here was also really good. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is amazing in this movie. As always, he's freaking badass, and he's allied with Dom. And I thought he's really cool. He's really fantastic in here. Nice to see him and Jason Statham, who plays Decker Shaw, who is also really good, and he's helping take down Cypher for saving Dom. And seeing those two play off very good well, especially in the scene where they're in the prison and they're fighting, and then that was in the trailer, and the line that The Rock has in the movie, "I will beat you like a Cherokee drum." That was funny. And when let me talk. The prison scene is one of my favorite parts in this movie. That's my favorite part of this movie. You got all these prisoners coming out, jumping out, fighting security guards, and the camera work in that scene, and the song that they play, and just the choreography in that scene. That looks very well shot. And F. Gary Gray knew how to shoot a fight scene really well, and it's not all shaky cam. Sometimes shaky cam is better left when it's not used, but I do like shaky cam though. It's awesome. You also have Michelle Rodriguez in here as Letty Ortiz. I like her in this movie. I still love her in this movie. Tyrese Ludacris, they're also still really good. I also like Nathalie Emmanuel as Ramsey again. She's really good. I love her. I loved her in the last movie, and I thought she was good. I like her on Game of Thrones. I know a lot of people consider that show overrated. Really? Game of Thrones is one of the best shows on TV right now, besides Supergirl and The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. You also got Kurt Russell in here. It's Frank Petty. It's awesome to see him again after I thought he died. He died in the last movie, but he didn't die. And it was nice seeing him again, and I can't wait to see what he does next in the next movie. I do love his performance, and I can't wait to see him in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. My only concern with the main cast is that I do kind of wish Lucas Black was in this movie, but due to scheduling conflicts, he couldn't be in it, and I understand why. Because some people that are able to do a movie and TV show or two movies in different parts of the year if your schedule works out, but if you can't, it's pretty understandable. So I was perfectly fine with Lucas Black not coming back. Hopefully he'll be in film number 9 coming out in 2019, so that's really okay. Now, as far as new actors go, you have Charlize Theron, who plays Cypher. She's a cyber terrorist in the Criminal Mastermind, and I really bought her as a villain. She is the best villain in the franchise since Luke Evans. I kid you not. And I like her as a villain in this movie a hell of a lot more than I did in Snow White and The Huntsman and The Huntsman Winter's War. Those are not good movies, but I know some people who like them, and you can enjoy them for what they are. That's perfectly fine. But I just don't care for them. But I think Charlize Theron is also really good. She will do what she has to. She will do things. There's even one scene involving Elsa Pataky's character. I won't say what she does to avoid spoilers, but I will say that she really did do a great job here. She's really great. You also got Scott Eastwood as Eric Reisner. He's a law enforcement agent working under Petty, and you don't know a whole lot about him, but I really thought Scott Eastwood would bring a really great performance. And I like him. I like him. And I thought he sold me as that character in the movie. I thought he was really good. I thought he really did a great job. Now, Helen Mirren is in this movie. She plays the mom of Jason Statham and Luke Evans, and she was funny. I liked her, and she was, for the screen time she was really good. I liked her, and I thought she was also really good. The newcomers, I love the newcomers. You also have two returning cast members, Tago, Leo, and Rick from Fast 5. You also have someone from Fast and Furious 6. I won't say his name, but I'm just gonna say it. It was very awesome to see him back, and I didn't mind that he only had 2 scenes in this movie, because honestly, I don't need to see him taking up everyone else's screen time, because everyone else has to play a part. It's about saving Dom. It's not about saving Luke Evans. I'm not a Luke Evans hater. I'm just putting that out there. So if anyone comes to me saying you're a Luke Evans hater, Josh, I will block your comments. The action in this movie is off the chain. It's off the rims. Like I mentioned again, that prison scene, my favorite part of the movie. But my second favorite part of this movie is all this action is insane. It's crazy. There were a lot of things where you're like, how did this guy, how did they survive? Like, but it's like it's like that this franchise has became the Avengers. I don't know why. But also, I really do love the action scene with the submarine at the end of the movie. That was really cool. I love that scene. It's just a lot of stuff going on. I also really enjoyed the one scene in the city where they're trying to track Dom, and Dom is, and then Cypher is controlling all these different cars, and all these cars just like fall off. There's like multiple cars. It's like, how many more cars can get easily damaged? I'm like, it's a lot of cars, and just wow. And and during New York City, and I really do enjoy action. And then seeing all of that was really cool. All these cars just getting destroyed, blown up, and some of the cars had people in it. So I don't know if some of the people in the car survived due to Charlize Theron just messing everything up. But I do love the action scene. I do love that, and I really do enjoy that part. And just that scene is also really cool. And F. Gary Gray knows how to shoot his action. Now, the one thing I was kind of worried and curious about at the same time was how they were going to acknowledge Brian O'Connor, and they mentioned him really well. They honored his legacy very well without beating it over the head and just destroying it. I think that mentioning Paul Walker's character in this movie, it really does help. It really did serve a purpose, and I really thought that was very good, very good. But speaking of that, this is also the first Fast and Furious movie to not have Jordana Brewster in it. I don't know why. She's not in this movie, and I love that his character has decided to move on. That they mentioned that his character has moved on. I really enjoyed that, and that was really cool. But again, I do miss having Jordana Brewster in this movie. In this movie, but it was okay. I get, because she's retired as well. So what can you do? And but there's also really other great things. I love the sound. I think the score is very amazing. It's very awesome, and it's very fantastic. The score is just freaking incredible. I'm really impressed with the score, and just the locations that they shot this movie in is really cool. They go to Cuba, they go to Iceland, they go to Cleveland, Ohio. Just, wow, it's just they go through a lot, and the cinematography looks really good. And just this movie is really good, and the film, the direction it took the character of Dom was also really cool. I loved what they were doing. I was going along with it. I was enjoying that. I thought that was awesome. I thought it was pretty well, amazingly handled, and just did. If you are a big Fast and Furious fan, you should enjoy this movie. But if you are and very worried, just go into it with an open mind. But if not, if you're not a fan, you will not like some of the stuff. But I do think that Fate of the Furious is a really another great installment. It's not as great as Furious 7, but to me this is a pretty darn good entry. This is a really awesome film. I do have a few problems, like I said. No Jordana Brewster, no Lucas Black. I don't get to know a whole lot about Charlize Theron, and all we know is about her plan. Also, another problem, I do wish that we learn more about Scott Eastwood, and also I do think more problems. Another couple complaints is I do wish that there was at least a little bit more extra action with Lucas Black's character if he was in this movie, but it is what it is. But those are a few flaws, but the action is good, the acting is good. I like the story. I like Dom going rogue and turning against being brainwashed by Cypher, and I really think that the film is awesome, and I really do enjoy this movie, and it is a really good film, and this movie is really watchable. And Fate of the Furious proves that when you have an 8th installment in a franchise, your franchise can still be pretty interesting. Look at what Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 did for that franchise. It sent that franchise out on a high note, but we got a prequel series now with the J.K. Rowling Wizarding World. And look at what the MCU did with their 8th movie. That was pretty good. So, Fate of the Furious is worth the time and awesomeness, and really worth my hype and anticipation. Even though I was mixed at first, I still enjoyed the living hell out of this movie, and it was bad. I'm going to go ahead and give the Fate of the Furious a better than Vampire Diaries. So that was my review of Fate of the Furious. Let me know what you guys think of the new Fast and Furious movie down below. Do you like it? Do you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think they should have really stopped at Part 7? And where do you want this franchise to go? Because honestly, I don't want to see the Fast and Furious franchise go into space. That is one of the great, stupidest ideas for a movie. But we'll see what happens. And if you like this video, you can click here and we can all have a good time. And I'm going to leave you guys with this little tribute. Paul Walker, may you rest in peace.